I joined the 715 some years ago, but that was not the first time that I attended one of these parades. I was in the parade in 1941 when I was in the Boy Scouts. I've been in most of the parades throughout the years, including the 715th and the New York Guard. When I was told that I was going to be about 2 weeks ago or something like that, he told me I was going to be a guest speaker, I took notes. And as I'm listening to the other speakers, I start scratching out, well, this is said, that's said, that's said. Ain't nothing left for me to say. Except I have to honor those who put a lot of time into the service, like General Ryan. I served with General Ryan. I served with Command Sergeant Major Allen from the 715th. And the 715th marched in most of these parades as long as we were not on active duty. We were on active duty during the 50s. We also lost a man in Desert Storm. Joe Murphy volunteered to go to Desert Storm. He went over there and he gave his life. And we're proud to have people like that in our organization. I'm not going to hold you up anymore. It's nice and hot out here. And most of the stuff that I was going to say has already been said. And I thank you. I like to make sure that everybody knows that Sergeant Allen also was a 50, did I mention it? He was also a 50-year man. He did 50 years in active duty, National Guard, and other parts of the service. That's all I have to say. I'll get you out of the hot sun right now. Thank you.
I know that you and I, reading the papers, watching television, if you are like me in awe, Egypt, Yemen, Tunisia, Syria, Libya, Iraq, even Iran, all of us watching on television in most of these countries, and still it goes on even today, as that eternal hope of humans for freedom of spirit, freedom of choice, freedom of life, of what they want to live for themselves and their families, could never be extinguished by despot and tyranny. And we see that yearning for freedom in even that part of the Middle East that have been under dictatorships for generations. The men and women that have served America all these years, that pay the ultimate sacrifice, those that are of blessed memory, those that continue to serve America, lived and died for one purpose: to ensure that this and future generations, not only in America, but throughout the world, have the opportunity to live in a free and democratic society. And so our message today to these Mideastern countries is, don't let the fundamentalists hijack your democracy. You have fought bravely, and many have been murdered. Follow the example of countries like America and Israel that are not your enemies. Your enemies are your own dictators. And so I'm confident that our Memorial Day celebration here in our nation will once again affirm to the world, democracy and freedom is eternal. Ladies and gentlemen, may I declare this day United War Veterans of Kings County Memorial Day, Committee 144th Memorial Day Parade Celebration in Brooklyn, USA. Thank you, one and all.
Taps. Two. At ease. Please be seated.
I'm at a loss for words, but I would just like to say I hope our Marines and sailors are being treated correctly in New York. Is everything okay? They're treating you as good, having a good time? Thank you so much. I want to thank my priest, Father Donaldson, for giving us good weather. That's the Navy guy up here. That's why he got on the stage, because it's my priest, Lieutenant Donaldson. I want to thank the past Grand Marshal, Marine District Attorney, Officer Joe Hines. Joe, giving you the plug. I myself, I have dedicated my participation in the parade in honor of Captain Michael Clavin, the Clavin family, the funeral directors on 4th Avenue. Michael was killed in the Battle of the Bulge. We established a post in his honor in World War II that's still active, 1408, and we are just delighted. You know, you see the movie Saving Private Ryan. Ironically, the same name. We have a general who I've known for 40 years who served active in Korea, Green Berets, Vietnam, straight through, and for some reason they finally got him out of office after he came back and took over the New York Guard and retired as a general. 3 wonderful sons. All 3 of these youngsters have served in both Iraq and Afghanistan, and Andrew is still on duty right now. We are proud of the Clavins. We are proud of the Ryans. We are proud of all the veterans. And God bless all of you for making us feel young, keeping it going. Thank you, committee. Thank you so much.
Every Memorial Day is important to remember those who've given all in the cause of freedom and their families, but it seems after the incredible military accomplishments recently, and with the 10th anniversary of 9/11 coming up, and finally Ground Zero, the buildings there rising again, this Memorial Day seems like an particularly important one for those of us who are in government to come and say thank you to all of our military and all of their families, and particularly those families who have lost loved ones in the service to their country. So thank you all so much, and we will see you again next year.